Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The Australian dollar displayed a volatile session on Friday and that has left the intraday outlook slightly mixed to the start of the new month. However, with a high impact data week, the eyes will be looking to the RBA tomorrow, and then from there we also have the RBA monetary policy statement, while the main event will be looking to the US job numbers, which is the non-farm payrolls this Friday. The Reserve Bank of Australia is expected to deliver its third consecutive 50 basis points this Tuesday in an attempt to try and contain surging inflation, bringing the cash rate to 185 from 135 at Tuesday's policy meeting. Last week, data showed Australia's inflation accelerated in the second quarter, soaring to a 6.1 gain, which was a notch below the estimate of 6.2, which is double the RBA's inflation target. Meanwhile, this Friday, looking at the non-farm payrolls numbers, it is assessed that from the recent release, which was around 372,000 jobs added in June, the market forecast is looking at 250,000, and the unemployment rate is expected to hold steady at a historic low of 3.6. Looking at the technical aspect, we can see that there was much movement on Friday, and therefore looking towards the downside, it is a little bit lower, around 69.1535 as a potential base. So I'd like to just bring this up a little bit here and inline that with the top side target around 70.65 and reassess from there. Technically though, you can see that the market is very much destined to take the challenge higher, as long as we don't break beneath that level of 69.15. The euro, well, the market is continually chipping away at that top side, which is around 102.7080. I feel there is still room to the upside and beyond 102.6080 area, and look up towards the downtrend or around this region of 104 figure 35 as a potential target this week. But no doubt, as mentioned, there was much economic data to be released, so it's going to be a volatile session throughout the next 4 to 5 trading days. The dollar yen, since breaking that trend, the market is pushed lower and given a significant downturn, which has nearly achieved its target now at 131.4065. I do feel there could be profit taking very much close as we're getting oversold, but the trend is to the ADX. It is bearish, but the market hasn't seen hardly any demand come back. So I feel the longs are bailing, or people that hold in long positions are getting out of their longs. And as you can see, the market is getting very close to the bottom side of the range, and that's where I reassess at 131.4065. Well, again, a new month, another Super Thursday this week, with the markets looking to the Bank of England on Thursday, and it is widely expected to see somewhere around 25 to 50 base point rate hike. If we see 50, this will take the market to 175 from 125% at its meeting. Behind the view is that the UK still holds very high inflation after releasing 9.4 in the last data. Therefore, the market will be looking towards that top side, and furthermore, strength should come into play, and that is towards 122, 124 area that I've been holding now for at least a few days since this trend has got stronger and broken this downtrend that you can see here clearly. And from the whipsaw price action was a rejection from the break of that trend. So I'm still holding the view, even though we are overbought, but the technical broader aspect is still coming into play, which is a little bit firmer. Looking at gold, well, the market did get a touch of its challenge to the resistance of 1,765. We're still scoped to 1,772 to 74 in line. I feel the market maybe just taking a bit of a breather here. And as long as we don't close under 1,746 in the New York session, then we should see further gains towards that top side and see where we land. And that is reassessed from 1,774. Because if we see a break there, that would initiate further property weakness in the US dollar and furthermore see gains up to 1,800. Well, the market, as I mentioned, was very volatile, and we see here we had a stab at that 99 level and was respected. And from the rejection, I'm still looking that the market could be a little bit in trouble in terms of the fact it's been caught long and therefore could see the challenge down towards 95.30 and then maybe even down to 94.60 ATM reassess. Well, that wraps it for the start of the week. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great start to this week.